Well, I mean, think about, this goes to what we were talking about before. Different organisms have evolved in different ways to do different things. Why do we use dogs to sniff out drugs and bombs and bodies when there's a natural disaster and all kinds of other things, right? There are even dogs that have been trained to sniff out cancer cells that doctors can't see in a CAT scan, but a dog can tell somebody has cancer because it can smell it. Well, dogs have a sense of smell that's something like, they think, 10,000 times more than what we have. As I said before, the sense of smell, the sense of taste, the sense of hearing, all those things feed into the brain, and different parts of the brain respond differently depending on what kinds of senses organisms require. Things like whales, a lot of people know whales, which includes the dolphins and porpoises, right, use echolocation, right? They use sonar. They send out a signal, and then that signal bounces back, and that's how they locate each other. That's how they can tell whether there's something around that might eat it. That's how they find their food. There's another group of organisms that does that. Some kinds of bats, the kinds of bats we have here in North America, in the United States. Those are all bats that do the same thing. They send out a sound. It's called echolocation. Right? It's just like modern radar that humans use. Well, it turns out bats and whales aren't very closely related to each other, right? They're mammals, but they're really distinct, very different kinds of mammals. But the parts of their brain that process those high frequency sounds that they use at echolocation look very similar, right? That's what we call convergent evolution. When two groups of organisms that aren't very closely related sort of converge on the same solution. So echolocating bats and echolocating whales have incredible sense of hearing, but they're not especially good at smelling, right? There's lots of different examples you could think of in which organisms have specialized. Another example is some kinds of bees can see infrared radiation, which is heat radiation, and that helps them find flowers. We thought before that research, we thought they just use the color of the flower. Well, they do use it, but they also use these wavelengths of light that we can't perceive, right? That's just something that they've evolved that we haven't.